to my channel. My name is Viral and today's video is a vlog of me reading Villette by Charlotte Brontë. So I have the book here, and today before we start the vlog, I just want to say that Jane Eyre is one of my favorite book, one of my the best favorite books by the author. And when I read that this book is like kind of autobiographical of her life, I wanted to read this for a very long time, but the problem was life happens, and I really want to share my experience. So here we are. I already started reading this book from yesterday, and one thing I really enjoy that it reminds me of Jane Eyre. Okay, our main character Lucy, she was an orphan and she was traveling from one place to another because she don't have anyone in her life. Okay, so she is kind of lonely, but also she's alone, and those are two different terms. So she is alone in this world and she is still trying to figure out what to do with her life. And I read like 100 pages. I am flying through this book because of the writing. The writing is so mesmerizing, so natural, so authoritative, and like immersive. You can say the writing is so immersive that you just forgot about everything that is going on in your life, and you worried about what will happen to our main character Lucy. She had a rough childhood, and we met couple of characters in the first 2 or 3 chapters, which are very strange, by the way, because the relationship between Paulina and Graham, it feels so weird. Okay, it feels so weird to me. I don't know why, and they are just like acting like kind of a sibling, but also it was not it. Okay, so let's move on from this. Okay, the another thing is, I'm liking how this book is exploring the emotions of the characters. Like the book is in first person narrative. Okay, so Lucy is telling her story to us, but we felt what Lucy felt in day-to-day basis, because she just is so vivid in feeling her internal emotions, but outside she doesn't show very much. She is a very conservative person, you can say that, and no one is treating her bad per se, but no one is treating her right also. Like, she is a very general person who just don't matter in the society, like so many of them. She just doesn't matter that much, or to anyone she is not someone of importance, if you know what I mean. So she is struggling in her own ways, but then we have description of what other characters are feeling by us, and we are seeing this all by Lucy's eyes. So how can she tell what other is feeling? She doesn't. Okay, she just describe how the other people is doing, and the reader felt that emotions after she told us what is others are doing. And that is a very complex thing to do in a writing. But Charlotte Brontë, I'm just in awe of her writing. Like, her writing is just like a butter in my head. Like, it's just so, like, my brain is soaking in this writing, and I'm enjoying it so much. Like, I don't want to end. Honestly, I don't want it to end. So oh my god, I'm saying so much. Okay, whatever. Right now, I am at a chapter where Lucy just got acquainted with Madame Beck, and she is also a character inspired by the real person in author's life, and that is, I don't know what kind of character Madame Beck is. Honestly, I never knew the story, so I'm just excited to find out. And I decided to read at least 100 pages per day so that I can finish this book. And I know it seems extreme, like 100 pages of a classic, but the writing is so simple and majestic that I just can't stop reading it. Right now I'm going to sleep because it's 11 p.m. Like, who am I? Why I'm filming on 11 p.m. The edition that I have, it's Oxford World's Classic, and just look at the red color. Like, it suits the name, which is ironic because it's a place name. How can a place be red? But it is in my mind. I already made the connection that Villette is red because it does make sense, doesn't it? Like, Villette is red, it's velvet. I don't know. Yeah, it's 11 p.m. guys, it's 11 p.m.
Okay, look, this book is doing things to me. Why? Lucy start working at this new fancy school, and she already have, uh, she was scrutinized by Madame Beck because she has a different opinion about religion than other people. Now, this new Dr. John came, and I don't know who is this guy. Apparently, he is the one who saw, like, help out Lucy when she first came, and her luggage was missing, and at that time one person helped her, so apparently she thinks that that's him, but I honestly do not have any idea about that. And then there is this letter, and the letter was so juicy. Like, I don't know. I love letters. Okay, I'm just huge fan of letters. If someone write me even 2 lines from their heart in a piece of paper, I would frame that. I would frame that. And the irony is, no one ever did write me letters. I mean, how sad is that? I want letters. Okay, I'm just, oh my god, I just love letters. But anyhow, I those words did something to my mental chemistry because I'm just still thinking about it. Like, it was so romantic. Okay, I don't know who wrote it. I no idea. Okay, and it was not a very explicit language. Even it was very under the surface even here, but still I find it very stimulating, very stimulating. I know, but it is. I don't know who to trust, okay, in this book. Like, even the character of Madame Beck, what's her deal? I mean, how old is she? Where is her husband? What happened to her husband? And why she is so smitten by this Dr. John? Like, is he a relative? Is he someone who fancy her or she fancy him. Like, what is happening? I have no idea. I have no idea. That's the beauty of not knowing the plot of classic books. But I'm loving how Lucy is letting readers in her mind more. Like, she is opening up to the reader. Until now, she is very conserved and she don't openly judges people. But now she's changing. Okay, she's judging some people, and I'm just imagining that if she had like so much money, or she was from like upper class noble or something, and she has very like prime position in the society, she would totally be like, I don't know, like Emma or something. I don't know. She could be that girl. Like, she's really strong willed, and she always believed that people should earn their bread, and she always want people to do good by other people, and she thinks, okay, she regards falsehood in someone's character is very like, how could I say, okay, very degradable thing, okay, then missing some mass on Sunday. And I genuinely don't know when Mr. Paul will come into the scene, because the story is they fell in love with each other. So yeah, I'm just intrigued. When? And I don't know. I have so much high standard for Lucy, and I want him to be that person. Okay, for her. I want him to do good by her and not like degrade her moral or something. I don't know. I don't know. Future me, you know it. You know it. Wow. So I have an update. I am at page number 152. Today I have a day off. So yeah, I'm just reading non-stop. One thing is clear is Lucy is just so interesting to read about. Like, people assume her this conservative girl, but she has a lot of opinions about so many things, and she do this out of character stuff. Like, maybe it is well within her character to do so, but me as a reader, I was thinking like Lucy would never do that. Lucy would never, and then she did it. So we have this scene about she plays in a play, a character in a play, and there is her second interaction with Paul, and he was like pleading her to play the part, and she said okay, and then she plays it, and everything was okay, and then we don't have many dialogues between them yet. But another thing is we get to know who Ishidor was or is, and we also get the other rival of his, and how Lucy is like his side. She favors him to be part of Miss Fanshaw's life. So that's really interesting, because the play was about a girl who is choosing between two gentlemen, and there is this struggle, and Miss Fanshawe was playing that girl, and that's her real life. She is like between these choices that she has to make. So I was really hoping that we get to see some action, and I was not disappointed, because after the play, Miss Fonshaw, that girl, I mean, she is so delusional. First of all, she is so delusional in her fantasy that she knows who she wants, okay, but she cannot accept her own choices, because she was like, nah, that's not what I deserve. I deserve someone else. And I know I don't want to, spoil it. So I'm not going to say that what she is doing, but she is very confused at this point and she judged Lucy on her poor condition, but her outburst was so dramatic. That's what I want to talk about. Like, I am very well a fan of confrontation, okay, but she was not having it. Like, listen to this. She was comparing herself to Lucy in the mirror, and then she said to Lucy in her own voice these sentences. I suppose you are nobody's daughter, since you took care of little children when you first came to Villette. You have no relations. You can't call yourself young at 23. You have no attractive accomplishments, no beauty. As to admirers, you hardly know what they are. They can't even talk on the subject. You can't even talk on the subject. You sit dumb when the other teachers quote their conquest. I believe you never were in love and never will be. You don't know the feeling, and so much the better. For though you might have your own heart broken, no living heart will you ever break. Isn't it all true? Miss Fanshawe, who are you to judge our Lucy? Okay, she has so many emotions that you don't know of. She protects you from bad stuff, and you judge her. And she was like, yeah, I wouldn't take a kingdom to be you. Okay, okay. And I was I was like, okay, okay, that's a little harsh, but that's okay. Okay, I'm mad, dear reader. I'm mad at so many people in this book. Like, what is happening? Why? Why, Lucy? I'm talking to you. What is happening here? You are supposed to be main character, and I am sure you are reserved because you have like difficult childhood. You can't trust anybody in your life because you don't have anyone for yourself. Like, no one is yours yet. But you cannot convince me that you will fall in love with Paul. I mean, this man. Why he is main character? First of all, I am on page number 2020. No, 220. I'm on page number 220 and I hate Paul. He did not have right to breathe the same air as Lucy. He constantly degrade her. He constantly shout at her. He constantly feels superior to her, and he just downright cruel to her at some point. And I'm just not seeing the vision. I'm not getting the concept. What is the meaning of godmother in this book? Okay, so you just forgot about your godchild and like put her where you just pick her up in the first place. It's like putting a stray cat again in the street. That's how I felt. And John, what is the deal with him? Okay, I think Lucy just praise him so much. Okay, he is perfect gentleman. He's perfect gentleman, and he has this mannerism that is suited for the main character. I get it, and Lucy fancy him. I mean, you cannot convince me that Lucy didn't like him. She is just stating her boundaries because she know that he fancy Miss Fanshawe, and that's why she is not doing anything. But in her heart, I think there is this tenderness that she felt for John. So Lucy likes John. There is no doubt in my mind about it. And then she likes Hamal, but the main love interest is Paul. First of all, Paul looks like this person in my mind, like this particular character. That's how he act in my mind. This is, if you watch How I Met Your Mother, this character is fake Ted Mosby in the movie that was directed by Stella's husband, and he portray this character who is just constantly shouting at people and miserable, horrid little man. And that's the same explanation that I am reading about Paul. Like the author constantly refer him as, oh, this poor little man, and I just, and it is hindering my reading experience. Like Paul is supposed to be this literally person, but I cannot, he is a horrible person. Okay, you cannot change my mind, and if he is like that throughout the book, I'm going to be pissed. Like, what is happening, Charlotte? I understand that this is autobiographical book, but still, like, I'm not enjoying this. As far as writing goes, this book is like well within the limits of Jane Eyre, whereas the plot and the characters, questionable scenes. Okay, hi. So I have another update for you guys. It is Saturday and I read through 250 pages. I know it's not much, but we are here and we are going to talk about it. Listen to this. No mockery in this world ever sound to me so hollow as that of being told to cultivate happiness. What does such advice mean? Happiness is not a potato. Not a potato. I want to be a potato. Oh my god. I used to love those ads. Okay. Whatever. But Paul, I'm sorry, but in this book you are not good. To me, to Lucy, to anyone, not even to yourself. Like Paul, listen to me. First of all, Paul is so jealous that someone wrote Lucy a letter. Like he is like giving toxic vibes. We don't do that. Okay, first of all, we don't do that. You're not in relationship with Lucy. Why are you acting like a jealous boyfriend? And then there is John and Lucy are being such an idiot. Like, I get it. Okay, they're friends and I want to see them fall in love with each other. Like I just love John. He is the kind of person that Lucy really needs in her life. Okay, he's the kind of person that you can rely on, you can trust, and you know that he will never hurt you on purpose. Okay, and he will never abandon you. Like he's that trustworthy to her, and he also respect her. He took a time to her to trust him. Like he tried to win her trust, and he like seems very patient with Lucy and what she needs, and he really tried to understand her. Like people were not trying that hard back in the 80s, 18s, 1850s. Okay, so yeah, this is a very huge green forest flag on John's part, and I want them to fall in love with each other. Not Paul, never Paul. Okay, and Lucy is just bringing Miss Fanshawe again and again to see or to test the patience of John. So she brings up her again and again in the conversation with John. We don't want that. Okay, but John is giving hint. Okay, John is like um he's talking about Miss Fanshawe to Lucy, and he's telling her his feelings. Miss Fanshawe, he paused, has led me through a phase of feeling which is over. I have entered another condition and am now much disposed to exact love for love, passion for fashion, and good measure of it too. Ah, doctor, you said it was your nature to pursue love under difficulties, to be charmed by a proud insensibilities. He laughed and answered, my nature varies. The mood of 1 hour is sometime the mockery of the next. I mean, Lucy is judging everyone to the bone. Lucy is trying to figure out her surrounding and she cannot decipher the meaning of these words. Like, girl, he is giving you the hint. Take a hint, okay? But I think she is scared. Like, if she let herself feel all these things, I think she would feel weak in some ways and she do not want to get hurt because then she will be like giving her power to the external person or depend on it or and that's not good in case of like mind of Lucy who always uh, like waiting for her death. Okay, in this book she talks about this constantly how she's just waiting for her death and from like birth and from death she is just kind of like dragging herself to live another day. She have very pretty bad nightmares and she is struggling in day to day life and John is the one person who is like anchor to her miserable life, like she can hold on to him and if she develop this love feelings towards him, romantic feelings towards him, and if he didn't reciprocate because he kind of in love with Miss Fonshaw, then she would get hurt and she cannot afford that. She cannot lose this friendship at any cost. So that's why she like self-sabotaging and pushing himself away. I think that's what her mind unconsciously doing and I feel sorry for her. Okay, I feel sorry for Lucy and I feel for her, but I cannot see myself liking Paul for her. Like there is chemistry, I will give you that. There is chemistry. They are playing in this tension that they have between them, but yeah, it's like hot and heavy, not safe and sound. You kind of feel me, right?
It is Sunday. Do I have any update? Yes, and that is I'm bored. Okay, so this book, can you imagine? It is 500 pages long, and I am on page number 300. So I still have 200 pages to go, and there is nothing going on. But in life of Lucy, there is nothing going on. But her surrounding in their life, so much is happening. So much is happening. So we met a Polly from the first chapter. They are here and oh my god, they have connection to someone who is studying in the school. Polly have connection in the school. So they are involved at the moment and I am I think Polly and John is going to have some things to talk about. Okay, so I don't know, the way they met is a little convenient for my sake, but whatever. uh, the point is old characters just pop up and now Lucy is describing them in her tedious way, like she is giving the readers so much to think about Polly, she's not giving her mental
state. Like, she's not conveying her feelings, she just, telling us what she is perceiving from outside, not her genuine feelings are expressed here. I would say, I don't know, I don't trust Lucy at this point because she don't trust me as a reader. So why should I, I don't know. And what is happening with Miss Fanshawe? She was the center of the book few hundred pages ago, and now she is like barely there. I don't know. Even Lucy is not in her story. I mean, I don't know who is this book is targeting. I would say right now this book is 3 star, but we will see. The writing is exceptional. Okay, 1 star I would give for me willing to finish it. Second star I would give for the writing. The third is for the enjoyment that is like, I don't know, flickering at this point. But the fourth and the fifth star, 4 star is for the plot, which is I'm not finding right now. So that star is missing, and fifth and last star would be for the overall enjoyment, the excellent plot, the redeemable characters, the plot line, dialogue, and the atmosphere, and the like feeling the book provide, that sort of thing. So that is lacking here too. So the book is missing last 2 star. Right now it is 3 star. Okay, hello friends, and oh my god. Okay, so I finish Villette. I know. I was, I don't know, maybe 3 on the mark of 250 pages when we last spoke, but I finish it. How did I do it? Like in just in span of a couple of hours, you can say. I started reading around 9 p.m. yesterday again. Okay, I was not feeling the book, and but I was like, yeah, I have to get through this. I have to finish it no matter what. I have to complete it because my heart was saying that it will be worth it. So it so the final verdict is this book turns out to be a 5 star. Yes, it is another 5 star for me. How did it happen? How did I get that feeling that I was looking for? So, first of all, what I did is start reading from my heart, and I was so much like Lucy when I was reading it because Lucy was judgmental. Okay, there is no doubt in that, and she judges every character, and that is exactly what I was doing. I was judging everyone on Lucy's merit, okay, and that was not okay on my part. So I did stop that. I learned that I adore Paul. I really liked him at the end. Should I start talking about the spoiler? I would say that give Lucy a chance to tell her story properly because, yeah, she jump from event to event and she judges everyone, and she has some really disturbing visions in this book. But I would say at the end you will find her a very normal person who is just trying to live her life in her own ways, and yeah, she just want to be heard at the end. This book also represent so many emotions of Lucy and how complicated she is from inside and how much she feels, but she can't express because that would be a scandalous in that time to express, to be a woman who convey their feelings openly, and how society just not not kind to that type of behavior. So she repress everything inside her mind, and at the end we have this ambiguous ending. So in for me, Lucy is frozen in time. That's all I'm going to say without spoiling anything. I understand her feelings, her emotions, her statements about everything. Like, even on religion, I understand her. I want to talk about spoilers. So, here it is. I think Lucy is in love with both John and Paul, and I think both represent two different culture, and so she is in the middle. Okay, John is like very English. He judges and behaves like a English gentleman, and uh, he also believes that woman should be like repressed on some point, like and he sees Lucy as she is. Okay, whatever Lucy is showing him, he judges her on base of that. He never try to understand her in deep. He has tender feelings towards her, and like he respect her in some manner, but he didn't see her as a romantic partner. And Paul is so different from John because he represent another place and another culture in Lucy's mind, and Lucy is passionately in love with him, and Paul try to understand her. He goes deep in her mind, and everyone is like, Lucy is so civil and Lucy cannot be a burden or a menace at some point. Like, Lucy is just this non-important, very normal person who just fit into society. But Paul sees her as this vixen and someone who just tormented his thoughts, and someone who he cannot put down from his mind. Like, Lucy is bane of his existence. So both are in their perspective are right about Lucy, and Lucy giving up John and her love for him is very understandable. It was platonic on John's part, and Lucy, maybe she, if John sees her and try to like understand her like Paul, maybe they could be a thing, but it cannot be like they are very good at being friends. And Paul is just, they converse like not normal people. Like, they express their feelings through metaphors. Like, their talk is not to the point always, but they are like, yeah, they are tiptoeing around each other, and their banter is so believable even at this time. Okay, it's so believable, and they crash in their beliefs. They have different opinion on religion and how religion should be perceived and not just um, bore down on someone. So there is that. And I just love how Paul remembered a little things about Lucy, like how she talk, how her mannerism is different from another people, and how she behaves, and yeah, everything about her excites him. And even after the whole situation, their circumstances were against them, okay, everyone was like, yeah, you cannot marry her, and she is not right for you, she will never be right for you, and etc etc. But he sees her someone who can understand him, who can like tame him at some point, and who can without any external force or without any external influence, openly say what's in her heart to him, okay, and openly say that, oh my god, you are in, like, you are wrong in doing that, okay. So Lucy is someone who is courageous in Paul's mind, and he he's just so smitten by her, okay, he's so smitten by her. And I just love their friendship, love their relationship, everything. At the end, people are, I read some reviews and people are like, no, this ending will not do for me. And in the introduction I read that Charlotte Bronte and Gaskell, they became friends, and he was like, okay, okay, you have to give your heroine a good ending. And she was not ready for that. She was like, no, because the idea of Paul dying or drowning in his voyage is permanently like imprint in my mind, like I cannot do it. And after to and fro, this is the ending that we are going to get. Why? Because it's the author's choice. But why? uh, Charlotte was really in a bad place in her life when she wrote it. And so it is autobiographical in so many ways, and so many characters are inspired by real life people. And the main thing is you can make up your own ending. I personally would like to think that Lucy is frozen in time, waiting at the door for Paul to come home. And even at any point when Paul's voyage ends, I think he will come home, and they will have exceptional, pretty life, and they are happy and together, and they have children, and they're like, school is success in a long run, and everything is perfect. And that's what I want to believe. You can believe whatever you want, but it is my intention to believe it. Even Charlotte was like, yeah, I didn't get my happy ending, like she was in a love with a teacher, so she wrote to him. I read some of her letters. It was really hard to read because she was so desperate, in modern terms, like chasing energy. She was like writing to him just to begging him to reply to her letters, and he was not doing it. So he basically ghosted her at in the 18th century. I know it sounds bad, but he cannot reciprocate her feelings, and it was so heartbreaking to read. Madame Beck, how old is she? Because Charlotte, Lucy, told her that she wants to marry Paul for herself and make him like her little bitch for the life. And I was like, okay, because I was imagining her in her late 50s. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, I have to look it up. But the point is, I love this book. I would not say that it is my all-time favorite book of Charlotte Brontë, or it is my top 10 of my life. No, but it is easily the 5-star book. Okay, so Uh, la 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 la. That's my vlog. That's my whole experience reading Villette, and I hope you enjoy it. And I will see you in my next vlog. Subscribe if you like this video, and bye bye.